Hi guys, welcome to 1UX1. Today we're talking about how to prepare for your UX design interview. Now, the first rule I always say to people is prepare well. What I mean by that is you'll be surprised how many people don't go back to their old notes. Even experienced UX designers need to go back and just revise the UX design process. That's definitely going to come up as a question. So remember the process, memorize the process, go through it again and again, because that's what really is going to come up as a question, but also impress the interviewer that you know the whole process, you understand how UX design works in the real world. The second thing is study and research the company that you're going to be working for or you want to work for potentially. They would like to know that you actually care and you did look at their products, not just that you know how long the company's been established, but what they do, and maybe if you can find out what their current products are. That'll be really, really helpful. If you know what app they're working on or the new version of their software, if you know that's really, really impressive. That goes a long way. Third thing is something I really like people to use and really helps them is to really impress them with something they don't know. And what I mean by that is do a bit of research on the future prospects of UX design, such as augmented reality, virtual reality, voice recognition, voice activated apps. All these things, although your company may not be using them at the moment, it shows that you have far-sightedness and you're looking at the future and that you could be a potential long-term employee or even long-term contractor. The next one is to take your portfolio with you, or if it's a remote one, have your portfolio ready for your remote interview. I would say have two versions, a PDF and maybe a Word document, the original one that you created, if it was in Word or in PowerPoint. Have both versions because sometimes some software doesn't work when you try to share it. So I've had that issue before. So have at least two versions if you can ready and test that it works on Zoom or Teams or whatever you might be using. So that's one of the really crucial things, having the portfolio ready and having an updated portfolio. Some people have a very old portfolio they've had for a while and they haven't updated it. If there's any new tasks that you do or any new projects or new UX design jobs, always update your portfolio, even if it's one project at a time. If you do that, it really keeps you up to date with what you're doing and they understand what's the latest project that you were working on. If you're new to UX design and you don't have any experience, then just include the ones that you did as your projects in the real world, the things that you worked on, even if it wasn't under employment. If it's under work experience, that's fine. So portfolios really key because it shows who you are. Now, a real tip here that you can use, and I've seen it work before, I've really encouraged people to do this, is instead of being bombarded by interview questions one after the other and getting stressed and maybe panicking, why don't you offer them, can I show you my process? So you go through your portfolio voluntarily before you get to too many deep questions, and it sort of flips the balance and you become the interviewer. And I've seen this work really well. So what happens is you start to display your skills and they just have to sit down, relax and listen. So they enjoy the interview because nobody really likes interviewing people. It's quite stressful and daunting sometimes. But here you're offering to actually present. So they just need to sit back and relax and listen. And you go through your process. What was your journey? What was the process? What was the problem you were solving? What did you do with the design team? What was your workshops like? And you're explaining every part of how you solve a problem, how you delivered a prototype, how did you test it, what are the success metrics? And they're thinking, whoa, this person knows what they're doing. They've already delivered on this project. And you increase your chances of getting hired. I've seen it work, try it. Now, the other thing is, so you're showing what we call show the thing. You're showing your thing. You're showing what you can do. And then don't forget to have some questions ready for them on what are the goals of the organization, where they see themselves in the future, what do they want to do in terms of their current projects, and what are their long-term goals. This really shows that you care about the organization and their product goals in terms of product design, iteration, improvements to the service or the product, whether it's an app, website or software. You're showing that you're keen to work on future projects. Another question you can ask is, what are the ways of working? Because if you can't work with teams, nobody really wants to hire you. So if you put that forward yourself, it shows that you're a keen team player and you can engage with stakeholders. So you say, what are the ways of working? What apps are we using? How do we collaborate online and offline? How do the sprints run? Do we work 1 week sprints, 2 week sprints? Are we working in an agile way of working? So you can ask all these questions. You know, when do we do show and tell? Is it in the mornings? And it shows that you're eager to work with the team. That will really add value and potentially get you hired. You can also ask about the structure of the organization. So how do you work in the teams? Who are you responsible to? What are you responsible for? How many people are there on the team? How many UX designers are there? Do you have a UX researcher? Ask all the questions about the dynamics of the team, because all design is about teamwork. So guys, don't forget to download my guide. It's a free guide on UX design, UX research, UX design portfolios, and benefit from that. Give this video a thumbs up if you benefit from it, and share it and like, and I'll see you on the next one. This is 1UX1. Thank you for watching, guys.